We all procrastinate at some point. But for those with ADHD, procrastination can feel like an everyday battle that they just can't win. I'm Dr. Murphy, Coach Murphy, owner of Effective Effort Consulting, coaching and teaching, educating, supporting neurodiverse community for 20 years. In this video, we're going to share the root cause of procrastination for those with ADHD, but also strategies that you can start using today to help support you in getting unstuck and not feeling like procrastination is a constant roadblock in your life. Procrastination in ADHD is often rooted in a difference in brain functions, particularly involved in the reward system and executive functions. And you can go into the research to learn more. And Dr. Russell Barkley has explained that the impairments really is centered in the brain's prefrontal cortex, which affect executive functions, planning, organizing, and initiating tasks. These impairments can lead to procrastination, but it can look like struggles in laziness or just that I don't care, which isn't true. But these struggles can lead to prioritizing challenges, initiating challenges, and especially without immediate rewards or the pressure of time. And it can feel pretty overwhelming, right? These tasks can feel like a burden. They can feel pretty unsurmountable, which can then initiate that kind of procrastination response. Procrastination can lead to missed deadlines, anxiety, and really a cycle of negative emotions that further impact the motivation and, most importantly, self-esteem. The first frontier in overcoming anything related to procrastination is the awareness of it and the recognition of it. And if you're able to kind of acknowledge that these are procrastination tendencies, then you can move into kind of phase 2, which is really owning and practicing strategies that can then be used consistently to try to break those procrastination cycles. And keep in mind, procrastination, we typically will wait for the pressure of time to become insurmountable, and then that will initiate action and we'll get things done. But we can't really live that way. It's super stressful to live that way. Having strategies to get things done in a meaningful time frame can help really minimize the procrastination tactics, right? Those kind of like ways that I've been handling things, and allow us to move into a more consistent, more of a balanced approach to getting things done and avoiding procrastination. So strategy number 1 is breaking tasks into manageable parts. I've talked about this in the past. Go into the research. It's kind of undeniable that in the Journal of Behavioral Therapy, there was a study done. And in that study, they broke individuals with ADHD into 2 groups. And they had one group tackle projects any way they wanted. And in the other group, they had them tackle it by breaking them down, teaching them how to break them down into manageable parts. And they saw between a 40 and a 50% increase in task initiation and task completion based on just that strategy. So it does work. You just got to learn your own tendencies and learn your own way of thinking and use strengths within you to learn that strategy. And it can be as simple as taking a piece of paper and writing down 3 things I got to get done. And if you have a big room and it's a messy and it's a disaster and I never want to touch it because I just want to avoid it and procrastinate on it, you got to look at the small part of that room. What's the first thing I can get done instantly? Well, it may be my bed. Maybe it's my closet. Maybe it's take all the dirty laundry and bring it into the laundry room and put it in the washing machine, but pick one thing I can get started with, and that's part of that journey of breaking things down to manageable parts. Strategy number 2 is using the planning strategy, and it's a planning strategy around anchoring. And so I'm going to kind of explain this, but if you have to get things done in a day or during a week, it's very important to use a planning process to anchor your attention to that task at a certain time at a certain place. Maybe it's grocery shopping. I got to pick a time, and that time has to be anchored on my calendar as to when I'm going to get that task done. Maybe it's cleaning the house. Maybe it's emptying the dishwasher. But if I create a time and anchor each day of when I'm going to get some of those ADL tasks done, activities of daily living, then it allows me to see myself more successfully starting that task as it's anchored in time. And if I get good at that, I might leverage accountability partners in helping me to say, at this time each day, I need to get this done. Just make sure that you hold that I'm doing it, right? Or every Saturday morning is my time to tackle these undesirable tasks. Or every Sunday morning is when I'm going to start my homework. And I'm anchoring my attention to a certain time period during the week to get things done. And then I may leverage people around me to say, here's my plan. Don't let me get away from that plan. Or at least here's what I need you to say to me at that time to help me get better at that. Or can you wake me up in the morning? Using a planner process allows me to anchor my attention into a decision around time and space to get that thing done or to start it. Strategy number 3 is pretty badass. It works time and time again. I think we get away from it as a strategy because it sometimes just feels so simple, but it's using a timer. We have them on our watches, we have them on our phones. Set a timer. I know I gotta get this project started. I know I have to get this assignment done. I know I have to get my room clean. Set a timer creates a sense of urgency, which is what we need anyways, right? We sometimes wait for the real time to run out, but create a sense of urgency by tricking yourself into action. And this works. There was a study done in 2018, and it found that using a timer-based technique, like a Pomodoro technique, which is really about 25-minute blocks of time, allowed increased productivity and decreased procrastination in adults with ADHD. It works. You have to have some self-assurance that I can practice it consistently until I start to see the benefits of it, right? Just don't do this one-hit thing, like, oh, I'll try it once and then it didn't work. No. Stick to that strategy. Could make it 10 minutes. I got a timer set up for 10 minutes, and it's with this project in mind. Maybe it's to clean the bathroom. I got 10 minutes, clean the bathroom, see how far I can get. And then I'm done. And then look back. Typically, you're going to finish what you start. Even if the timer goes off, you're going to finish what you start because of cognitive dissonance. Like I start something, I'm typically not going to want to left that project undone, especially if it's something like emptying the dishwasher or something like cleaning the bathroom, because I can see myself finishing something like that. But a strategy like a timer is amazingly effective. So try it consistently on desirable tasks and see if you can get better at it. This is the next strategy. Most of us don't really want to do a lot of the tasks that we have to do, and so we typically develop strategies to motivate ourselves. Typically, we'll try to get things done before more preferred activities. So you got to really trick yourself into action if you're going to use reward-based metrics to motivate and avoid procrastination. Like, if I get this done now, then. It's an if-then type journey, right? If I can get this done now, then. I mean, honestly, I'm making these videos. I'm not a big fan of making these videos, but I know they can be helpful to so many people out there. And so I don't really get excited about these videos. So I try to get them done first thing in the morning and initiate that action. And then I just feel better for the rest of the day. You come up with a strategy for yourself and then practice it. And one of them is the motivation strategy or the reward system. Like, what is my reward for getting this hard thing done? I gotta pay my bills. Oh, nobody wants to pay their bills, ever. I need a strategy to get that done. Maybe it's every Monday morning, but that's a planning strategy, right? But maybe it's before I do this, this, and this. Maybe it's before I have breakfast. I get up in the morning, and as soon as I wake up, I put my bills in a row, and I write my checks or whatever. I go online, and I make sure everything's paid, and then I have breakfast. It's just a way of saying, okay, I'm gonna front end the hard stuff and reward myself with something afterwards. It's a technique, it's a strategy. See if it works, but I gotta do it consistently to see if I can really see the long-term benefits. Okay, last strategy, changing your environment. Sometimes we can procrastinate because our environment isn't conducive to productivity, it's not conducive to order, it's not conducive to effective decision making, and so changing our environment can allow us to avoid procrastination and get things done. For example, if you're a student, go to the library. It's designed for productivity and it's designed for anti-procrastination. So go to the environments that are going to produce the results you're looking for. If you're at home, if you're not a student, maybe it's a messy house. Hire an organizational coach to come in and facilitate a transformation in the home to get things organized, because an organized environment creates organized feelings, right? Feelings of order and productivity and less stressful environment. Changing our environments can be game changing. Simply as getting up and making your bed can initiate a whole day of productivity, because I started my day doing one ADL, activity of daily living, that created a sense of order, calm, and predictability in my life. I didn't want to make my bed, but I did. And so I got over that first hump of doing something undesirable. Another cool strategy is cold showers, which is like a way of initiating yourself into action of non-preferred tasks for the rest of the day. Why? Because I took a cold shower. Who wants to take a cold shower? Nobody wants to take a cold shower. I took a cold shower to force myself into this decision-making process around getting things done that are undesirable, meaning I'm not really that into it, right? I'm going to procrastinate on this, but I'm not going to procrastinate today. How do I know? I took a shower to start my day. In terms of the organization, create dedicated workspace, places that are designed for getting things done that you're going to procrastinate on. Make small changes such as decluttering your desk or adding motivational quotes to your environment. Maybe there's something that really resonates with you as a quote and you order it or you get the frame for it and you put it in an environment that allows you to see it and initiate work, or at least see it and not avoid. Right? Just not avoid. I'm going to sit here and try to figure this out. And then there's musical techniques as well, right? There's music for productivity. There's music for initiating action. There's music that can stimulate your mind and your emotions into action when maybe without that music, your tendency would be to kick the can and avoid and procrastinate. Okay, thanks for listening in. So we covered really 5 key areas, right? We're not only understanding the root causes of procrastination, but strategies like breaking tasks down into manageable parts, using a planner-like strategy to anchor my attention and create anchors in my day and my week to allow me to be more successful at getting things done. Setting timers, being a game-changing strategy, but I gotta be consistent in practicing that, right? Focusing on rewards being another strategy. And then changing my environment, being a real physical environmental shift to allow me to be more effective in avoiding procrastination. So hopefully these strategies are helpful to you in the life you're trying to live. If you're interested in getting help in any of these areas, if you're interested in just tackling the life hands-on with a coach, that's what we do. It's really action-based, accountability-based, and it's really about your life and the life you're trying to live, right? Here's my future plan. Here's where I am today, and how do I build a process, a roadmap in order to live that life? That's what we do, and it's game-changing for so many students, parents, young adults, professionals. So schedule a call on the link right here, and let's chat. It's free, and it's just a chance for you to learn more about what we do and how it can help you. Hope this helps you on your journey to be the best version of yourself and accomplish your goals. All the best.